Okay, here we go again. Before I get too deep into it, if you want to connect with me, talk to me, message me, all that fun stuff, there's a Discord server, top link in the description. Feel free to join. Now, I want to talk about two concepts, and I will be relatively brief because they're simple enough to understand. The first is going to be humility, at least my definition of it, and then the second thing will be quiet pride. I'm going to congeal these two together. I do not subscribe to the typical definition of humility, or at least the one that I've seen. The one that I see is when somebody compliments somebody on a skill or a thing that they've done or whatever. They will try and downplay that thing to appear as if humble. No. If someone compliments me on my public speaking ability or my ability to articulate my thoughts, I will smile and say thank you. And sometimes I will say, I know I'm good. And I don't say these things to boast, I say them because they're true. I'm acknowledging the truth of the matter. That's quiet pride. I'm not screaming from the rooftops that I'm a great public speaker. Maybe I am in this video. But more often than not, what ends up happening is if someone points it out, I will be more than happy to agree with them. So what does that make humility? Humility is trained. How so? It is trained by doing things that you have no competence whatsoever in doing. I guarantee if I were to go out into the garage and work with my dad and brother on fabricating and welding, because that's part of the project that we're working on, restoring my dad's first car, I would look like a complete fool. I simply would. I'd be the dumb kid in the classroom. But it's good to do those sort of things. And the reason being is because it reminds you that you don't know everything. It reminds you that you're not hot shit. And that is always a good thing to have because it stifles your own ego. The second you start thinking that you're better than everybody else is the exact second that you're not. And I can say that with certainty because there have been instances where I thought I was better than everybody else and life decided to humble me. And those are instances you want to avoid. I would actively seek out the humbling though. I would seek out things you don't know how to do. I would seek out things that you're not terribly competent in. But by the same token, I would acknowledge the things that you do well. Not by talking about them, but if somebody happens to notice it and compliments you on it, agree with them on the reality that they've presented to you. And if they call you out for something that is potentially a character defect, a flaw of yours, actually consider it. And work on it. And be the dumb kid in the classroom. I know this video was a little more character oriented. I know it was a little bit more brief. Let's put it that way. But I think the message hits home. At least I hope it does. My name is Christopher Strobach. I get on here and I rant about anecdotal mindsets that I happen to have because they've been useful to me and I feel they may be useful to you. If you found any value in anything that I said at all, the only thing that I ask is that you make use of it. If you want to connect with me, talk to me, any of those things. Discord server is linked below. I already mentioned it. Other than that, get after it. Kick some ass. I'll see you next time.